My fiancée messaged me. I'm still planning on marrying you, but I need to spend the last few nights with my ex for closure. I texted back, I understand. Do what you need. After that, I calmly called the venue and had everything canceled. She found out during her bachelorette party when the venue reached out to confirm the cancellation. Original post. I, 32 male, had been with Amanda, 30, for 4 years and engaged for 8 months when she sent me that text message. We were 3 weeks away from our wedding day, September 23rd, at the Riverside Estate, a beautiful venue overlooking the waterfront that we'd booked 18 months in advance. Invitations had been sent to 180 guests. The deposit was paid. My parents had flown in from Oregon. Everything was ready. Then, on a Tuesday evening at 9:47 p.m., while I was reviewing the final seating chart at our apartment on Chestnut Street, my phone buzzed with a text from Amanda. She was supposed to be at her friend Bethany's house for a planning session about her bachelorette party in Nashville. The message read, "Hey babe, I need to tell you something, and I need you to not freak out. Trevor reached out to me last week. He's going through a divorce and really struggling. We talked for a while, and he apologized for how things ended between us. I realized I never got proper closure with him, and I think I need that before I can fully commit to our marriage. So I'm going to spend Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night with him to work through those old feelings. The wedding is still happening. I love you. This is just something I need to do for us. For our future. Please understand." I read that message 3 times, certain I was misunderstanding something. Trevor was Amanda's ex-boyfriend from college. They dated for 2 years before he cheated on her with someone from his fraternity. She'd been devastated, or so she'd told me when we first started dating. She'd said she never wanted to see him again. And now she wanted to spend 3 nights with him for closure. 3 nights. 72 hours. 3 weeks before our wedding. My hands were shaking as I typed my response, but I kept it simple. Do what you need to do. 3 dots appeared immediately, then disappeared. Then appeared again. 5 minutes passed with no reply. I could picture her staring at her phone, confused by my calm response, maybe even disappointed that I wasn't fighting for her or begging her not to go. Finally, she wrote back, "Thank you for understanding. This is why I love you. You're so mature and secure. I'll be back Sunday morning and we can talk about everything then. Don't worry about anything. Love you." I didn't respond. Instead, I opened my laptop and pulled up every document related to our wedding. Contracts, email confirmations, vendor agreements, payment receipts. I'd been the one handling most of the logistics because Amanda worked long hours as a pharmaceutical sales rep and traveled constantly. I knew every detail, every vendor, every clause. The venue contract had a cancellation policy: full refund if canceled more than 30 days out, 50% refund if canceled 15 to 30 days out, no refund if canceled within 14 days. We were at the 21-day mark, right in the middle zone. I sat there for an hour, staring at my laptop screen, playing out scenarios in my head. Maybe she really did just need closure. Maybe this was cold feet, and she'd come back Sunday realizing she'd made a mistake. Maybe I was overreacting. Then I remembered something my father told me when I was 16, after my first serious girlfriend cheated on me. "Son, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time." Amanda was showing me who she was. A woman who thought spending 3 nights with her ex-boyfriend was appropriate behavior 3 weeks before her wedding. A woman who prioritized closure with an ex over respect for her fiancé. A woman who expected me to just sit at home and wait while she did God knows what with Trevor. At 11:15 p.m., I called the Riverside Estate. I got the after-hours voicemail and left a message. "This is Brian Mitchell calling about the September 23rd wedding for Mitchell and Preston. I need to speak with someone about canceling the event. Please call me back as soon as possible." Then I called the caterer, the photographer, the DJ, the florist, and the transportation company. I left similar messages with all of them. I didn't sleep that night. I sat on our balcony, drinking whiskey and watching the city lights, waiting for the sun to come up and wondering if I was making the biggest mistake of my life. At 8:30 Wednesday morning, my phone rang. Caroline from Riverside Estate. "Mr. Mitchell, I got your message about canceling. I have to say, I'm surprised. Everything seemed to be going so smoothly. Is everything all right?" "No," I said simply. "The wedding is off. I need to cancel everything." "I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me pull up your contract." I heard typing. "Okay, so you're at 21 days out. which means you're eligible for a 50% refund of your venue fee. That would be $4,500 returned to the card on file. The catering deposit is non-refundable, but since we haven't purchased the food yet, we can refund 75% of that, which would be $3,375. Does that work for you? Yes. Process it all. I'll need confirmation from Miss Preston as well, since both names are on the contract. My stomach clenched. What kind of confirmation? Just an email or a phone call confirming she agrees to the cancellation. It's standard policy when both parties have signed the contract. I thought fast. She's traveling for work right now. Can I have her call you by end of day? That would be fine. We'll hold off on processing anything until we hear from her. I hung up and immediately called the other vendors. The photographer and DJ had similar policies requiring both parties to confirm. The florist didn't care. They processed my cancellation immediately and refunded my $800 deposit minus a $150 processing fee. The transportation company was the same. But the venue, caterer, and photographer, the big three, needed Amanda's sign-off. I had two choices: forge an email from Amanda or wait until she found out on her own. I'm not proud of what I did next, but I was operating on no sleep, a lot of whiskey, and pure rage. I opened Amanda's laptop. She'd left it at the apartment when she went to Bethany's and logged into her email. Her password was saved. I drafted emails from her account to the venue, caterer, and photographer, confirming the cancellation and asking them to process everything immediately. Then I hit send on all three. By noon Wednesday, I had confirmation emails that everything was canceled. The venue, the caterer, the photographer, the DJ, the florist, the limos. All of it. Done. I'd gotten back approximately $8,200 in refunds to my credit card. We'd lost about $6,800 in non-refundable deposits and fees. The money didn't matter to me. What mattered was that there was no longer a wedding for Amanda to come back to after her closure weekend with Trevor. Thursday morning, Amanda texted me, "Heading out now. I'll have my phone on me if you need anything. Love you." I didn't respond. Friday, she sent a photo of her and Trevor at some restaurant, both of them smiling. The caption read, "Having a good conversation. This is really helping. Miss you." I blocked her number. Saturday afternoon, my phone started ringing from numbers I didn't recognize. I ignored them. Then my friend Cole called. "Dude, what the hell is going on?" "Amanda's friend Bethany just called me asking if I knew where you were. Apparently Amanda's losing her mind trying to reach you." "I'm at home." "What?" "They're at her bachelorette party in Nashville, and the venue just called Amanda saying the wedding is canceled. She thinks it's a mistake, but she can't get a hold of you, and now she's freaking out thinking something happened to you." Perfect timing. The bachelorette party was this weekend. 20 of Amanda's closest friends and family members all gathered in Nashville to celebrate her last days of being single. And right in the middle of the festivities, she gets a call from Riverside Estate confirming the cancellation of her wedding. "Tell Bethany I'm fine," I said calmly. "And tell her it's not a mistake. I canceled the wedding." Silence. Then, "You canceled it? What?" "Ask Amanda about her closure weekend with Trevor." More silence. "Oh shit. Brian, man, are you serious?" "Dead serious. She texted me Tuesday night that she was spending 3 nights with her ex for closure before our wedding. So I gave her what she wanted, closure. Now she's single and can spend as many nights with Trevor as she wants." "Holy shit," Cole breathed. "Does she know you canceled everything?" "She does now." "Dude, that's cold-blooded. She chose Trevor over me 3 weeks before our wedding, Cole. I just made her choice permanent." Cole let out a low whistle. "Bethany's going to call you. Amanda's entire family is going to call you. This is about to get nuclear. Let it." He wasn't wrong. Over the next 2 hours, I got calls from Amanda's mother Diane, her sister Jessica, her maid of honor Bethany, and at least 6 numbers I didn't recognize. I didn't answer any of them. Finally, at 6:47 p.m. Saturday evening, someone knocked on my apartment door. Hard. Insistent. I opened it to find Amanda standing there, mascara streaked down her face, still wearing her bride-to-be sash from the bachelorette party. She must have driven straight from Nashville, a 4-hour trip. "What did you do?" she screamed. "What the hell did you do?" "I canceled our wedding," I said calmly. "You wanted to spend 3 nights with your ex. I decided I didn't want to marry someone who thought that was appropriate. So I fixed the problem. You can't just cancel our wedding. We have 180 guests. My family is here. Your family is here. Everything is planned. Everything was planned. Now it's not. There is no wedding, Amanda. She pushed past me into the apartment, spinning around to face me with wild eyes. You had no right. This is my wedding too. You don't get to make that decision alone. Actually, I do. I was the one who handled all the logistics, remember? I was the one who signed the contracts, made the calls, coordinated everything. You were too busy working and traveling. So yeah, I gotta make the decision. This is insane. You're acting like a child. I told you I needed closure with Trevor. That doesn't mean anything was going to happen. We were just talking. For 3 nights. In what? Separate hotel rooms. Her silence was damning. That's what I thought, I said quietly. Get out, Amanda. We can fix this. We can rebook everything. I'll call the venue first thing Monday morning. You're not hearing me. There is no wedding to rebook. We're done. You chose to spend 3 nights with your ex 3 weeks before our wedding. That's not something I can get past. That's not cold feet or nerves. That's you telling me I'm not enough. That our relationship isn't enough. So I'm setting you free to be with Trevor or whoever else you want. Just not me. Trevor means nothing to me. It was just closure. Brian, please, you have to believe me. I don't have to do anything, I said, walking to the door and opening it. Get out. We're done talking. You're really going to throw away 4 years over this? No, Amanda. You threw away 4 years when you texted me Tuesday night. I just made it official. She stood there, tears streaming down her face, looking like she wanted to say something else. But what was there to say? She'd made her choice. I'd made mine. Finally, she walked toward the door, pausing in the doorway. My mom paid for half that venue deposit. You had no right to cancel without talking to her. Send me her Venmo. I'll refund her half of what we got back. Amanda's face crumpled. I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe you thought spending 3 nights with your ex was acceptable behavior. I guess we both learned something about each other this week. She left. I closed the door, locked it, and sat down on the couch. My hands were shaking. My heart was racing. But underneath all of that, I felt calm, clear, like I'd been holding my breath for days and could finally exhale. Sunday morning, I woke up to 47 text messages and 23 missed calls. I scrolled through them. Amanda's mom accusing me of humiliating her daughter, Amanda's sister calling me every name in the book, friends asking if I was okay, my own mother demanding I call her immediately. I called my mom. Brian Michael Mitchell, she answered. What on earth is happening? Amanda wanted to spend 3 nights with her ex-boyfriend for closure before our wedding. I told her to do what she needed to do, then I canceled everything. Silence. Then, she wanted to spend 3 nights with her ex? Before your wedding? Yep. And she thought that was acceptable? Apparently. Then you did the right thing, honey. Your father and I will handle our travel refunds. Don't worry about that. Are you okay? For the first time in 5 days, I felt my composure crack. I don't know, Mom. I thought I was going to marry her. I know, sweetheart. I know. But better to find out now than 5 years and 2 kids into a marriage. She was right. I knew she was right. It didn't make it hurt any less. The next 2 weeks were brutal. Amanda tried everything. Flowers delivered to my office, letters slipped under my door, messages passed through mutual friends. She claimed nothing physical happened with Trevor, that they really had just talked, that she realized halfway through the weekend she'd made a horrible mistake, but by then I'd already canceled everything. I didn't care. Even if nothing physical happened, which I sincerely doubted, the intention was the problem. The complete lack of respect for me and our relationship was the problem. The fact that she thought spending 3 nights with an ex was appropriate closure was the problem. Cole told me that Amanda and Trevor had apparently dated again for about 2 weeks after our canceled wedding before Trevor got back together with his soon-to-be ex-wife. Amanda was blindsided. According to Bethany, who Cole was casually seeing, Amanda had convinced herself that Trevor was her soulmate and that canceling the wedding was fate's way of bringing them back together. The irony was almost funny. Almost. 3 months later, I was at Brennan's pub with Cole and some guys from my construction company, watching Monday Night Football, when a woman approached our table. She was brunette, early 30s, with kind brown eyes and a nervous smile. "I'm so sorry to interrupt," she said, looking directly at me. "But are you Brian? Brian Mitchell?" I tensed, wondering if this was a friend of Amanda's coming to confront me. "Yeah, that's me. Do I know you?" "No, but I know who you are. I'm Stephanie, Trevor's ex-wife." She extended her hand. "Can I buy you a beer? I think we have some things in common." Cole's eyebrows shot up. I shook her hand, bemused. Sure. Have a seat. Stephanie sat down, ordered 2 IPAs from the waitress, and turned to me with a wry smile. So I heard through the grapevine about what happened with your wedding. Trevor told me the whole story, trying to make himself sound like some kind of romantic hero. I wanted to find you and tell you that you dodged a bullet. How so? Trevor cheated on me with Amanda during that closure weekend. He told me they just talked, but I found hotel receipts for 1 room, not 2. He finally admitted everything last month when I confronted him with evidence. They were sleeping together all 3 nights. Something cold settled in my chest. I'd suspected as much, but having it confirmed was different. I'm sorry, I said quietly. That must have been hard to find out. It was. But honestly, I'm grateful, because it showed me who Trevor really is. He's a perpetual child who thinks the grass is always greener, and he'll never be happy with what he has. She took a sip of her beer, and Amanda was the same. 2 weeks of them dating after your canceled wedding, and they imploded. He wanted to come crawling back to me. I told him to lose my number. Good for you, Cole interjected. Seriously, Stephanie smiled. Thanks. Anyway, Brian, I heard from mutual friends that Amanda has been telling people you overreacted and that nothing happened with Trevor that weekend. I wanted you to know the truth. You didn't overreact. You had good instincts. And you saved yourself a lot of pain by walking away when you did. I raised my beer toward her. To dodging bullets. She clinked her glass against mine. To dodging bullets. We talked for another hour. About the betrayal, the anger, the process of moving on. Stephanie was funny, insightful, and refreshingly honest about her own mistakes in the marriage. By the time she left, she'd given me her number. Not for anything romantic, she clarified. Just if you ever need someone who understands what you went through. Sometimes it helps to talk to someone who's been there. I never called her, but I appreciated the gesture. 6 months after the canceled wedding, I was completely moved on. I'd gotten a promotion at work to project manager, bought a house in the suburbs with the money I'd been saving for the honeymoon, and started dating a woman named Rachel who worked as a veterinary technician. Rachel, 31, was the complete opposite of Amanda, grounded, honest, and had zero interest in maintaining relationships with ex-boyfriends. One Saturday afternoon, Rachel and I were at Home Depot picking out paint colors for the kitchen when I saw Amanda in the tile aisle. She was alone, looking at backsplash samples, wearing sweatpants and a messy ponytail. She looked tired. Our eyes met. For a second, neither of us moved. Then she walked over. Brian. Hi, Amanda. I kept my voice neutral. How are you? I'm okay. Good, actually. I'm moving to Denver next month. Fresh start. She glanced at Rachel, who was tactfully examining paint swatches a few feet away. Is that your girlfriend? Yeah, that's Rachel. Amanda nodded slowly. She's pretty. Thanks. An awkward silence stretched between us. Finally, Amanda said quietly, I'm sorry. For what I did. For everything. You were right to cancel the wedding. I wasn't ready to be married. I didn't know myself well enough. Trevor and I were a disaster, obviously, and I realized afterward that I'd just been chasing some fantasy version of my past instead of appreciating what I had with you. She paused. I don't expect forgiveness. I just wanted you to know that I understand now. And I'm sorry. I looked at her, really looked at her, and saw genuine remorse. No manipulation, no excuses. Just regret. I appreciate you saying that, I said carefully. I hope Denver is good for you. I really do hope you find what you're looking for. You too. She smiled sadly. Although it looks like you already have. She walked away, disappearing around the corner into the plumbing section. Rachel came up beside me, slipping her hand into mine. Was that her? Yeah. She apologized? She did. How do you feel? I thought about it. How did I feel? Not angry anymore. Not hurt. Just neutral. Amanda was part of my past, a chapter that had closed definitively when I made those cancellation calls 6 months ago. I feel good, I said honestly. I feel really good. Rachel squeezed my hand. Good. Now help me decide between seafoam green and sage mist for the kitchen. I laughed. Those are the same color. They absolutely are not. As we debated paint colors, I realized something important. I'd never thanked Amanda for that text message. Because that text, as horrible as it was, had shown me exactly who she was before I made the biggest commitment of my life. She'd revealed herself completely in that moment. And I'd believed her the first time. Some people think revenge has to be elaborate, some dramatic confrontation, or public shaming. But sometimes the best revenge is just refusing to accept disrespect, making a clean break, and building a better life without the person who didn't value you. I canceled a wedding. I blocked a number. I moved on. And that was enough.